Hey guys, how's it going? So this week I wanted to do a video on how to handle or how to deal with when your children are sick. I think sometimes it can be a lot harder on the parents than it actually is on the child. Just because we feel so helpless, like we want to do everything we can to help them and we feel so bad for them and yeah, we just feel so helpless. So I just kind of wanted to share some tips with you guys. My daughter was actually sick the other week, and this kind of came to mind, like how to do like a positive spin on this. And I am just talking about kids that get sick where it's not serious. So my daughter was sick, as I said, a couple weeks back, and I was in her room, so not getting much sleep, and picked her up and was just like sitting on the rocking chair with her, and I was just looking at her as she fell asleep in my arms and just thinking about how precious that moment is. So, you know, even though it sucked that I wasn't really getting any sleep and neither was she, and she was upset, you know, when I picked her up and held her and cuddled her for a bit, just watching her fall asleep in my arms was just the sweetest thing in the world. And really what ran through my head was, wow, I should really be cherishing these moments while they're here, because you know, soon enough she's going to be 10 and then she's going to be a teenager and all grown up, and you know, the moments just fly by. So I think it's really important to try and treasure and look for the good even through the hard moments in life. And I also just try to remind myself that kids are resilient and that they will power through it and get through it. Obviously, if you know you have a bad feeling or a gut feeling that something more is wrong, then obviously, you know, follow your gut and follow your feelings. But overall, I just try and remind myself that they are pretty resilient and they're, you know, they'll get through it. And then I usually try and catch up on sleep while they're sleeping. So if they don't have a very good night's sleep, if they nap quite a bit during the day the next day, I just try and nap when they do. Obviously this can be trickier when you have multiple children. However, hopefully you have somebody around you to help you out so that you can still get your rest throughout the time when they're sick as well. And I find when my kids are sick, I don't know about you, but I tend to break the rules more. I'll tend to have them come into bed and cuddle up with me and, you know, just enjoy these bonding moments that you have with them. Usually they know, okay, I'm not feeling good, so I get to do this on a special occasion or whatnot. And just enjoy those bonding moments while you can. Another thing I like to do when my kids are sick is try and get as much fruit and vegetables in them and water as possible. And sometimes this can be tricky, so I will actually put together a shake and do it that way, so then they think they're getting a fruit shake, and you know, it's much more appealing, I find, to children as opposed to just giving them straight up vegetables. Well, and fruit, I guess, for some kids. My kids are pretty good at eating fruit, just when it comes to veggies, not so good. So anyway, I like to blend a bunch of stuff together and do it that way. And I guess throughout all of this, just remember that even though you may feel helpless and that you can't do anything for your poor little one, remember that just being there for them and just cuddling them and soothing them provides so much comfort for them. I mean, I don't know, for me today, if I get really, really sick, the first person I still want is my mom, and I'm in my 30s now. Like, I know I should grow up already, but like, really, you know, at the end of the day, I think just you being there for them and soothing them is the best comfort in the world for your kids. And, you know, even though you think you might not be helping with them, you totally, totally are. So just keep that in mind. And anyway, if you guys have any questions or comments or tips on what helps get you through these tough times, please write them below. I'd love to hear from you. And thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll chat with you next week. Bye.